In this video, I'm going to show you how to make copies of objects in 3ds Max. I have a file here, and I've got 4 viewports with top view, front view, left view, and a camera view. This is my site, and there currently is a column located in the lower left-hand corner. I've clicked on it, and now it's been highlighted. And I'm going to proceed to make some copies of this. To make copies in 3ds Max, you use the clone tool. Now there are different options for making the clone. In the instance option, I make a bunch of copies using a source object, and then if I make any changes later to that source object, it changes all of them. If I use the copy option, it'll make an identical copy, but then I can edit each one differently. I'm going to keep it as instance because I'm going to make a grid of columns all having the same dimensions. So I'll go ahead and make my first instance, and it made the copy directly on top of the existing one. So now what I can do is use the move tool to shift the copy into position. So I'm going to make the copy 20 feet over to the right, and then I'll make another instance. Okay, and I'll repeat the process of moving the copy over another 20 feet. And one more time. So now I've got 4 columns in a row. And I'll do the same thing in the Y direction. I'll make 4 rows of these columns. So I can select 4 at a time, and I'll use this rectangular selection region in which to do this. I've locked all the other layers so they shouldn't move. And I'll repeat this process of making the clones. And if you click on one of them and the move tool, you can then make the next row. These will be 20 feet apart, and I'll repeat that process until I have a total of 16 columns. So now I have a grid of 16 columns. They're a little hard to see, but here's 1 row, 2, 3, and 4. Now, since these are instance copies or clones, if I change one of them, I've clicked on one of the columns and I've gone to the Modify panel. If I say was to change one to 36 feet, they all would change. So that is the advantage of using the instance tool.